Jenny. Hello, everybody. I'm not a councillor, I'm an officer, and I'm splitting my time with Tim Gale, who's also an officer who will be talking to you in a minute. My responsibilities covers planning and rights of way, but also things such as common registration and other things like historic environment as well. I haven't got the overview that Tim will have, but he's going to give you a rundown of some of the things that we've been involved in. So the County Council is quite a big hitter, really. We've got 6,000 people that we employ across the county, 84 councillors, and as John said before, a budget of getting up to £400 million or thereabouts. We're responsible for things like the education service, so we run schools, teachers, social services, things like care homes, trading standards, the highways, including cycleways, surface water drainage, waste management, libraries, the fire service, and the minerals and waste schemes that we have. So from a planning perspective, we cover those. And I was intimately involved, well, it's a good thing or not, in the decision about West Cumbria mining, which you might have a few questions about later on. So that's why I'm here, really. So over to Tim. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul, and good evening, everyone. Thanks very much for the invite to this session tonight. I think what I'll try and do is just quickly run through some of the current action around climate change. My role is in policy. I'm the policy and environment lead for the County Council. So we've done some very measurable things. I'll run through those. That's things like we've saved 70% of our carbon emissions through LED streetlight replacement. We've seen about a 25% reduction in emissions from our staff travel, and that's pre-COVID. So I'm sure that will be an awful lot more now. We are lead organisation on the local nature recovery strategy. We've also saved, or looking to save, I should say, about 50% from our corporate buildings from energy. We've already made a significant reduction, about 20%, so we're looking to build further on that. We've got a strong history of producing carbon management plans and climate change strategy. Our first one we produced was in 2009 for the County Council. We were then one of the lead organisations that took forward a county-wide climate strategy in 2012. And we're looking to continue that process. We also funded and started some of the sustainable community projects some time ago now that have evolved into some of the community groups I'm sure you'll all be familiar with now. We've also, tonight it's been mentioned about the Zero Carbon Cumbria Partnership. I currently work with that group. We have indeed just secured £2.5 million over the next 5 years to deliver a climate change work programme across the county, across all sectors, looking to achieve a net zero carbon position by 2037. So that's a really exciting piece of work. And the thing that excites me most about that, I'm sure you'll be pleased to hear, is that is going to be a community-led programme, which will demand from local authorities to work with community groups in a very different way. And there'll be very much a sort of co-designed approach to projects rather than writing and consulting in the traditional way, which I think is a huge step forward. The other couple of things I wanted to mention very quickly within the 5 minutes is something in my mind.
There's about a minute left, Tim.
Okay, thank you, Jenny. Yeah, something in my mind at the moment that I think has been touched on by Elizabeth in the first presentation was the tiering that we have currently in local government. Now that could potentially change, as a lot of you will know, through local government reorganisation. I think if that does, one thing we need to be very conscious of is building in a strong future for climate change policy and strategy writing going forward, but most of all, maintaining and improving how we work with community groups. So potentially could be a bigger organisation, but we must make sure we maintain those links. And the other thing, linking back to the lottery funded programme, is that I would hope that this jury could be replicated across the county, and I think that would give real strength to the work of the Zero Carbon Cumbria Partnership and that lottery funded programme. As I said, it's community led, and I would hope that given Cumbria's unique geography and unique issues in different parts of the county, that the climate change voice would be very strong through those juries as they develop and can connect into that climate change partnerships work.